What's up, everybody? Kinetic here, and welcome back to Mu Legend. I was gonna do kind of a recap of everything that we know about Mu Legend, as far as like how the gameplay works, the skills, dungeon running, and stuff like that. But really, I think you should go check out the original video that I did, the Mu Legend first look. Just click on the annotation here, or if you're on mobile, I'll leave an annotation up there, or it's in the comments. It's in the video description as well, wherever you want to click, whatever. That's where you can find basically the basics of what this game is about, because I want to just like jump right into it, right, and start talking about, you know, what's actually here in the English version. So this is the first closed beta test for the English version of Mu Legend, and wow, so far it's actually pretty impressive. I wasn't sure how much of this was going to be like other games that we could compare this to, other MMO ARPGs, like for example Devilian, or the newest game that's also being tested right now, Guardians of Ember. And I gotta say, out of those three, I think Mu Legend is probably my favorite. I can't really compare it that much to, say, Diablo 3 or Path of Exile or Grim Dawn, because, well, those are just entirely different games. There's a huge difference between an MMO ARPG and a more standard classical kind of ARPG experience, mainly because, well, the MMO factor, right? You can see there's all these people running around town. This is one of the main towns among many, more than likely, and just mechanically, gameplay wise, and progression wise, it's more like an MMO RPG than an ARPG, but it does have the gameplay, you know what I mean? If that makes any sense. I guess you'll see over the course of the video that it has the kind of action and loot system almost of an ARPG. So it's a really cool hybrid. What I need to do actually before we get going is I really need to scrap this stuff. You have a NPC, yes you do, or wait, is this him? Yeah, I think this is him, yeah. Dismantle item, there we go. So I can select by item type. So here, for example, we've got common gloves, common pants, right? So then we dismantle, and we get 5 pieces of iron. Cool. Same thing for greens, might as well add the blues, that's fine. Now with the greens, I believe they also primarily, if not exclusively, give you iron, and these 3 quartz crystals came from the 3 or so blue pieces that I just put in there. I've even got a yellow as well. Yeah, why not? Let's see what I've never actually dismantled a heroic version before. Let's dismantle that and see what we get. Nuke ore. Okay, item obtained from dismantling heroic grade equipment. Okay, cool. So, yeah, that's the first time I've actually dismantled a heroic piece. And of course, what we can do with that is we can then use it to craft. Basically, at certain levels that you get to, you will unlock the recipes automatically. You don't have to like go on bounty runs or anything like that in adventure mode to get the recipes. They unlock automatically for you. So here we go. It's in red there because I'm not actually level 18 yet. But if I wanted to, let's see, what are the, oh, there's the required materials right there, 15 of 29. That seems very, very reasonable. Very reasonable indeed. If I wanted to, let's take a look actually at my gear and see, required level 10, 10, 10, 10. Okay, so I think, yeah, almost all of this stuff I got from the most recent dungeons around that level. This is the headpiece. Let's take a look and let's see what headpieces. Ooh, look at this. Legendary gloves. I can make. What does this take? 5 quartz crystals. Really? And what's this? Larva's talisman. That more than likely comes from dismantling other legendary items, right? So yeah, I think it makes sense. So whites and greens will give you iron, blues will give you the quartz, yellow gives you the nuke ore, and Larva's talisman. Okay. Let's see, ring, earrings. Where's the mask? That's what they're calling it. I was looking for like helmet or something like that. Okay, so iron ore, and this will give me a very, in fact, that's way better than what I'm currently wearing. And it's level 11. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? Succeed! Is that how, I don't think that's how you spell succeed or success. But be mindful, again, this is the beta, and they're going through and probably gonna be cross-checking for stuff like this once they're reported errors in spelling and stuff like that. They said that, like, what was it, like the entire like, for example, Harry Potter novels worth of translated needed to be done for Mu Legend or something like that. And I believe it too, because not just, of course, like things like nothing to report, you know, like the NPCs are standing around talking about, but there's a lot of dialogue that actually is going on back and forth with our characters. Long time no see, Knight. You look like you've lost weight. I have to ask, yes. I already know Pandemonium is targeting the Weiss Basin. We have a better intel network than the Dunerwin police. Then tell me what your plan is. I'm sorry, but I'm waiting for the airship to the mainland. I've reported the situation of this place to the mainland several times, only to get brushed off by the nobility. They think this is just some minor commotion caused by the demons on the continent. I'm going back to the mainland so I can talk to His Majesty in person. Now, what about this place? It won't last even a day without your army. My so-called army consists of a handful of soldiers. This place needs reinforcements from the mainland. The best thing I can do for this place is talk to His Majesty. Hold off the enemy for as long as you can until reinforcements arrive. Wow. The way I see it, you're just trying to run away. You're not a knight. You're a coward. How dare you? You don't even know who you really are. Touché. If you don't believe me, then get out of my sight. So then, yeah, this is basically just kind of like a wrap-up of what you should do, or kind of what the conversation led to. So, there's you know what, actually, this kind of reminds me a little bit of, if any of you played Vindictus, like, kind of how there was a lot of dialogue and between various characters and stuff like that. But it's really cool, like, when they actually include your character in the conversation. It's really good, too. So, as you may or may not be aware of, there are a few different currencies. For example, we've got the magic gems. You get your standard Zen, which is basically gold, right? We've also got rift fragments, and these can, of course, be used to purchase all sorts of things. So we've got the costume merchant, we've got the mount merchant, and the magic gem merchant. So let's check out and see what he's got. Wow, he's got all kinds of stuff. Now, the way that I see it, right, with Mu Legend is, aside from just progressing with your, you know, your levels, your soul levels, your gear, and stuff like that, you can also farm and go through dungeons and stuff to get a lot of cool cosmetic stuff, like the stuff that you see here. I see that as being a big part of the progression and also the end game as well. So there's a lot of cool things to do, it seems like, for whatever reason, just for making your character look cool or really giving them more power. So this is gonna take a while though. 120,000. On top of being able, of course, to kill enemies in primarily dungeons if you're looking for loot. The open world enemies are for the most part there just for the quests. There are some kind of sort of mini bosses, if you will, in the open worlds that might drop some gear, but most gear is obtained from dungeons, and you can increase the difficulty to earn better loot and stuff like that at the entrance of the dungeons. And of course, you don't have to do them solo, you can do them in a pair or a full group, stuff like that. For every time that you go through dungeons, you earn also these, what are they called again? Rift fragments, that's it. And then you can purchase chests that have armor inside of them. So there's a lot of different ways that you can obtain your next piece of armor that's going to, you know, boost you in some way. If you're looking for a new sword or, you know, a new helmet like I did or something like that, you can craft it. Maybe you can get lucky out of the boxes and stuff like that. And I really like that. There's many different ways that you can get your next upgrade is always good for MMO and ARPGs. Let's try this one. Here we go. Make sure that you close this menu. There. And then open up your inventory before you go to open this box, because I won't name names, but I actually saw somebody purchase the box and then right-click it thinking they were opening it, and they just sold the box right back to... they just sold the box right back to the merchant that they paid those rift fragments for and only got 1 gold for it. So please, be careful about when you're doing this stuff. And what do we got? We've got We got some rare shoes. Okay, not bad. Required level 25. There we go. Okay, so now I've got some nice kicks for when I get to level 25. Let's go out to the basin and we'll talk to Kilerai. Alright. So yeah, this is now zone 2, I think. Yeah, because I came from, what is it? The Emberial Forest. That's where I was. That was the first zone where I was questing and doing dungeons in. And you might notice, yeah, we can already see from here these kind of cave-looking entrances on the map. Those are all dungeons, right? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did I miss any? We've got like 7 dungeons in just one area. And you might think, well, how interesting could they be? Is that quantity over quality? Not really. I mean, they're actually pretty sweet dungeons. And again, you can also like replay them as well, possibly later on if you want to, for whatever reason. Farm them maybe for items that you can then you know, break down into crafting materials at higher difficulty levels, stuff like that, right? Good to see you again. Did you talk to my chief? What did he say? He said things are falling apart. All the authority figures I've talked to are thinking about leaving. Your chief is one of them. The outpost will be the first place the Pandemonium Army hits. Your chief wants you to take everyone you have here and protect the outpost. I don't doubt it. The outpost holds the arsenal share between Dunerwin police and the Dwarf guard, but we can't move right now. Why not? The evil energy has reached the Weiss Basin, affecting the animals. Mutant bell bees are killing people. Those beasts are ferocious. Were ferocious before, but now they're totally out of control. If we leave, we'll be leaving the miners to their mercy. But if you lose the arsenal, you'll have nothing to fight this war with. Collateral damage is inevitable in war situations. You should just move to the... Are you seriously telling me to leave behind the people I'm supposed to protect? I can't do that. You're going to regret this. We don't have time. Let's just get rid of the leader of the Belbees. The rest will scatter naturally. I like my character. He's a get stuff done kind of guy. Alright, so, you know what? While we're at it, let's just take a quick look at some of the skill systems, even though I said go watch the other video. Just real quick, you can kind of see what we've already seen, the inventory, right? Let's take a look at it's called Soul Box, but it's the Soul level system. Now think of Paragon levels from Diablo 3 that started once you actually reached max level, but these actually start at level 1. So right from the very beginning of the game, you have your primary character level, and then you have your soul level, and the soul levels just basically give you another means of like your armor and weapons and stuff like that, of customizing your character to your liking. So what I've been recently doing is I put initially a bunch of points into physical attack. Now I'm thinking to put some points into mana to increase my max MP, which of course is used to fuel things like my whirlwind. I mean, my cyclone slash. I'm gonna call it whirlwind though. Sorry, Mu Legend devs. Mu Legend devs are pretty cool though. I've been kind of talking to them a little bit, and they've actually been really talking to everybody quite a lot. I've noticed that ever since the business with the latency kind of last night and earlier today went down and was a significant issue for quite a number of people, it seemed. They were very quick and very responsive to you know, people talking about this and asking for help. Please do something about the lag, etc., and there was a lot of good communication coming from them, and that's always a nice plus, I think. Definitely. You don't want devs that, you know, are completely silent and only talk through patch notes and stuff like that. That drives me crazy. Okay. He's just leaving. Alright, so that was easy. Most of these quests like this actually are very just simple and but at the same time, they're quite important. In fact, I think as part of one of the loading screen messages or whatever, it says something like it's essential to complete the area quests for proper, you know, leveling progression, something like that. I watched you fight those ferocious creatures from the hill. Thank you for protecting the miners. Indeed. Don't flatter me. By the way, why the long face? I've just received a message from the outpost the Pandemonium Army sent the arsenal on fire. This wouldn't have happened if I decided to get there quickly. You were right. I let my emotions get the best of me. I told you you'd regret it. But what's past is past, and what you did wasn't wrong. Is there anything I can do to help? My character asks that a lot. Go five louses to the east, and there are wells on the side of the ruined village. Could you draw water from them and use them to put out the fire at the arsenal? We can't let the fire spread to the other buildings and burn down the whole outpost. I'll take my soldiers and follow you soon. Alright. So now I get to be a firefighter. Woohoo! I'm wondering actually, because with these dungeons, they don't necessarily, I don't think, always tie into some quest that that they want you, you know, to be there for. Like sometimes I think it might just be there, and if you want to go in, you go in. You don't really, I don't think, have a strong obligation all the time for all of these dungeons, from what I can tell. And there's all sorts of different dungeons. You've got really basic dungeons, which is what this might actually be. Then you do have like the story kind of cinematic dungeons with like little bits of cutscenes in them and stuff like that, which is quite cool. So there's a variety there. This is what I was talking about with the raising difficulty. It goes up to calamity difficulty, and you can see how much that's increasing from you know, 100% of course, to then 550. Wow, that's nuts. So your rare item drop rate goes up 300%. That's pretty awesome. And then there's the Zen in Essence rune gain as well. So, all right, you don't get massive amounts of XP, but you certainly get the loot out of it. Now, I've been kind of going back and forth with either normal or master difficulty, and I'm just gonna do this solo on normal. You can, and it does seem to kind of pay off to raise the difficulty on these dungeons, but for the most part, and especially if you're really just looking to get, you know, faster levels, then it will actually be better off for you if you're just trying to get through it faster to move on. Just do it on normal difficulty, and some people say that you'll level faster that way than doing it on hard. But if you're looking for challenge, again, it's there via the difficulty increase. When I first started playing, this is the Blader, by the way, if you didn't realize, my Blader class, I only had like 1 or 2 abilities for a while, and it wasn't very much fun. But once I started getting the Cyclone Strike and these other abilities on 1 and 2, things definitely started to get more interesting for me. The Leap Attack and Threatening Roar, I use these often to engage the fight, blast them with a bunch of AoE, spin to win, or just hit him with the this is actually a cleave ability, but it's quite to crush. There's, what is that? Jewel of what? Bless. I've never seen this before. Dude, that's awesome. I have some other kind of legendary crafting material now. Wait, used by the the enchantment merchant to enchant weapons and armor. We need to definitely try that. Well, after this dungeon, we'll go to the go back to town and see what the enchantment is like, because I haven't actually tried that out yet. But that's cool, and you can see like the piles of magic and Zen that I'm getting as well. Since I'm doing this on normal as well, which is really easy, I can also then pull huge groups at a time to kind of wipe out a bunch of enemies in a single go, rather than, you know, first little group kill them, next little group kill them, stuff like that. There we go. Also, that's another reason for it too. I don't know if you noticed that or not, but by having the consecutive kills, you actually get more experience like that as well. So there's another benefit to kind of mass pulling like that. Oh yeah, nice. Okay. There is a lot of loot in this game. They are not stingy about giving you loot, that is for sure. And look at all those upgrades I just got. And I got an achievement for it too. Sweet! So there we go. And you know, you could either go and do like I did, dismantle these pieces like that, or you know, you could just vendor them. I'm sure as well. I haven't actually done that. I've been wanting to kind of build up my crafting materials. That was actually quite short. This is the Rift End, so this will take me to the boss. That's actually one of the shortest dungeons that I've been through so far. More than likely, again, because this is probably not, or this definitely isn't a story mission, and doesn't seem to be all that significant in the grand scheme of things, you know what I mean? Go ahead and get all these guys. Come on. Gather around, children. I've got a lesson for you today. It's called pain. Yes. Yes. Ooh, that actually kind of hurt. Nice. Alright, sweet. There's another headpiece. Wow, nice. And wow, somehow we pulled more. That's alright. That's alright. Bring it on. Bring it on, ugly. I should actually pull you over here. The AI for the enemies acts quite differently depending on the type of enemy that that you're fighting. I've noticed, like some of the earliest enemies, kind of like what their tactic was, is as they would just bum rush you and surround you that you couldn't even move, right? And so to get things more under control, what I found myself doing then in response to that is here, I'll just do it. Actually, we'll go ahead and we'll pull these guys, and instead of just stopping and standing and letting them surround me, I would kind of like stop, I would attack, take a step back, attack, take a step back, attack, like that, and that way they could never surround me, and I was also kind of defensively keeping myself safe as well. It was great for both offense and defense. They're kind of getting lined up, you know what I mean, by kind of like tactically retreating like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, so they wouldn't all be hitting me at the same time, and I'm getting them lined up really nicely to be able to hit them all in one swipe. Oh yeah, let's do this. Come on. This game has good music. That's one of the things I'm very grateful for in any game is good music. The soundtrack is pretty epic, and it fits the game very nicely. All right. Easy peasy. There's a simple white item. All right. Oh, by the way, you might actually be wondering, are the pets actually good for anything, or are they just cosmetic? They're actually good for stats, and different pets have different buffs that they will give you, depending on which one you have summoned at the time. And as you can see, I'm getting a plus 10% monster kill XP, as well as increased soul XP from monsters by 1%. How cool is that? So your pets actually like can give you some really nice benefits, and so it would it'd be a good idea to see what pets are available, and then to you know, pick them based on what your needs are. Maybe at whatever time you might need a pet for one thing, and then change to a different pet for another activity. And this would be the boss. Oof. All right, we're good. Oh crap! Not this black portal stuff again. I'm getting real tired of this. No, move. All right. Did he still hit me? I think he did. No thanks. Ah, come on, stop spamming that. I gotta take a potion. And I also need to get out of the way. Damn. See, I'm not sure if it's just my ping, because my ping sucks. I'm playing on the North American servers from Japan. Isn't always a great ping, but I'm having to make sure that I really get out of the way, if I can, of the attacks. Like, make sure I'm really clear. Come on. There we go. I don't think I actually need to worry about these so much, but... Oh, crap. That's right. I'm completely out of potions, I think. Oh, but it doesn't matter. Get wrecked! And then... Really? Just an S? That sucks. I'm used to getting, like, triple S's for my score. Whoa, I didn't... Oh, that's interesting. Did I click anything? Normally, I initiate the click. I wonder if there's a timer on that. That's interesting. So there you go. That's another kind of bonus loot that you can get based on what card you select at the end. And there we go. There's our rift fragments. Let's take a look at the loot that we got. You can always tell that it's an upgrade by the arrow there in the upper right corner. So we right click that, and for blues and up, they will bind to you on equip. Huh, that's interesting. I actually got a War Mage chest piece. I think that might actually be a first. Up to this point, all of the loot has been specific to my class, I want to say. And there's a Whisperer piece as well. I noticed somebody said, I think it was in the comments of one of my videos, they said that they don't think that it's like an open loot pool or something like that. And I say yes, it's probably not just like any possible piece of gear can drop from any enemies in any dungeon or something like that. There probably is some weighting there, of course, you know, tied to the level of the dungeon that you're in. For example, you're not going to find, you know, max level pieces, of course, in this dungeon, but everything within that range more than likely is available there, depending, again, also maybe even on the difficulty. It's possible there's some kind of weighting there as well. The harder content that you can get through, then yeah, I think you should be rewarded with kind of like exclusive, you know, legendary items or something like that. That makes sense to me. Let's take the town portal device. We'll go to, oh, here we go. This is the first time I've actually used this item. We can use this. I definitely need to get some potions, and we'll check out the enchantment. That's right. We'll check out the enchantment while we're here in town. Let's do that first. Enchantment. Where? Ah, okay. That's what I thought. The enchantment NPC is over here. I don't think I'm actually gonna do it, but I just want to see what it's like. I'm sure you guys do too. I can grow wings from here. Okay. Enchant item. Wow, she is hot. That's the kind of woman I want working on my loot. Jewel of Bless. Hey, I got one of those. Jewel of Bless can be used to enchant items. Weapon and armor can be enchanted. Lots of Zen and magic gems are required for enchanting. Okay, so let's say if I wanted to. Okay, so then I could go ahead and enchant, if I had 4 Jewel of Bless, to go to +1 strength on my greatsword. And so here we can see the physical attack goes up by 20, magic attack goes up by 4, and my overall combat power rating then goes up by that much. Huh, okay. So is this the cost? Yeah, this is the cost, isn't it? It takes 126 magic gems and 28,000 Zen. Wow. My initial feeling about that is that worth it? Especially at these early levels, or maybe even mid levels. Is that actually worth doing? Because it feels like, at least for now, like I'm gearing up so fast. Like I'm progressing in levels, and I'm just getting so much loot and upgrades without, you know, needing to worry about enchanting. If I go to enchant stuff now, I'm just going to replace it probably in 5 or 10 minutes anyway, you know, at this stage of the game. Let me go get some potions. And that is actually gonna wrap it up for this video, guys. I hope that you are enjoying these Mu Legend videos here on my channel. I plan to definitely continue to make more videos over the course of the 2-week beta test and beyond, definitely once we get to the full release. I think it'll make a nice addition to the content that I'm already doing here on the channel, so yeah, look forward to seeing more. But that's it for now. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section below. Click the like button to support these Mu Legend videos here on the channel, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next video. Thanks again for watching. My name is Kinetic, and I'll see you next time.
You unbeatable.